Hi, in this video I'll show you how to replace the pump of Lelit Ana, which doesn't make enough pressure to extract the espresso. Tools you will need for this repair: Phillips screwdriver, flat screwdriver, two wrenches, size 12. If you don't have two wrenches 12, you can use half-inch, a second pair of pliers, and a new pump. You also may need a multimeter to check the resistance of the old and new pump. To open the machine, first you need to remove the water tank cover, then remove the hoses and the filter. Remove the tank. You can pull the filter out using the flat screwdriver. This is the pump you need to replace. But before attempting any repair or adjustments of the machine, be sure that the machine is unplugged from the outlet. It's the most important thing. These pumps usually are good for around 5-6 years, and then they can start decreasing the pressure they create, or the coil inside gets shorted if you sometimes overheat the pump by running it too long time. And when the coil shortens, it reduces its resistance and creates a weaker magnetic field, which doesn't move the piston too hard inside, and it doesn't and cannot create enough pressure. How you can find this is to measure the resistance of the coil using multimeter. You can see this one has only 500 ohms, which is too. Let's show the camera. Yeah, 460. The new pump should has much bigger resistance. To measure it, you have to switch to kilo ohms. See, it has 150 kilo ohms, which is way bigger than 500 ohms. To remove the pump, first you need to remove the intake hose using a flat screwdriver. And then pull it. And then using a Phillips screwdriver you have to unscrew the right support of the pump. Now you need 2 wrenches. Actually for the locking nut you need 13. Yes, for the locking nut you need a size 13. Loosen it a little bit so you can turn the connectors on top and then unplug the connectors by wiggling it a little bit. Now you can turn it by hand if it's loose. And pull it out on the support. Yes, this is how you remove the old pump. These are the 2 pumps, the new one and the old one. You can see date of manufacture and how long it lasted. The new pump comes with 2 caps on both ends to protect from any debris or foreign objects getting inside and blocking the piston. The pump is empty, there is no water inside, so when you install it you have to prime it first. I'll show you later how to do it, but now let's install it. The threading here has O-ring which seals around the edge of the pump. Some pumps require, or machines which don't have this O-ring, you need to put Teflon tape on the metal threading in order to seal properly here, otherwise it will leak and drip water inside the machine here. Don't over tighten, it's plastic, you may strip the threading. And then when the pump is tight enough, you have to turn the pump holding here with a wrench and turn the pump like this, so you can be able to install the connectors and later turn it in this position so it can vibrate without hitting anything inside the machine. But now let's put it like this upward so it's easier to connect the connectors. It doesn't really matter which one where it goes, but it's better to keep it as it was before. It's AC voltage, doesn't matter. It's good to push the wiring out further from the boiler. So it's silicone insulation, it's very heat resistant, but it's good to be further from the boiler. Now put the right support and check which hose has threading, because you have three holes here. Only the right one has threading. Don't over tighten. Insert the intake hose. This one is the return. Adjust again the position of the pump so it doesn't touch anything when it vibrates. Also check that the wiring is not rubbing against anything, because with the time it can rub off the insulation and shorten if it touches something. Yeah, this is how you mount it properly. And now we have to fill the tank with water and prime the pump because it's still empty. We'll leave the machine open to check for any leaks after the machine is under pressure. For now you don't need to put the filter on the intake hose. Use paper towel to dry every drop of water here so you can check if there is any leak. You can use light as well so you can see better. The new pump doesn't have water inside, so it will be initially harder for the pump to start pumping water. What you need to do is put one empty container under the steam pipe, open the valve and put the switch on hot water and turn on the machine, but you don't need to run the pump too long because it may overheat. Maximum cycle is 1 minute. And let's start the pump. Yeah, as you can see, this pump started immediately. I'll run it like this to remove any air in the system. Yeah, this is enough. Now the machine can preheat and it's ready for use. What else we need to do is to check the pressure, if the new pump has enough or the pressure is too high, and it can be adjusted from the overpressure valve, which is right here. But in order to properly adjust it, the machine needs to be preheated well, because the valve is attached to the boiler, and its pressure depends on the temperature as well, because it expands a little bit and changes the pressure with the temperature. At the same time, when we are checking the pressure, we'll check for any leaks inside around the pump, especially from here where it's connected to the 90-degree connector. Usually if there is no good seal, it will start dripping water from here. To check the pressure of the new pump, you need the portafilter with double basket or blind basket if you have for your machine. I don't have one, so I will use this rubber disc from Rancilio machine to block the water flow through the portafilter and the basket. As you can see, the machine is preheated. Coffee position on the switch, and then we activate the pump. Now the overpressure valve opens and the pump pressure stays around 9 and 10 bars, which is in the green zone, and which is enough. The change of the sound of the pump is because of the heater kicks on. That's why the voltage reduces and the pump sounds changes. Nothing wrong, it's normal. After testing the pressure of the machine and checking for leaks around the pump, you have to unplug the machine and check for do final check for the wiring, how it sits here inside. It should not touch the boiler. The connector should be fully inserted. And when the pump moves like this, it should not touch anything, because otherwise it will make loud vibrating noises when it's working. And we are ready to close the pump, to close the machine. Remove the water tank. To insert the hoses through the top cover. Leave a little bit free for the pump. The thin one is the intake hose. It needs to be a little bit loose inside so the pump vibrates and the hose will not get detached from the pump. You need to put the filter on the softener if you have on the thin hose, which is the intake hose, goes to the pump. Yeah, this is enough. And this is how you replace the pump. of Lelit Anna. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the comment section below the video. Also, if you find this video helpful, please share it and consider donating to my PayPal through the link in the description to support my channel. Thank you.